Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. This is the channel Tarot with Breakaway Ray. And before we throw some tarot cards today, I want to remind you about our companion channel. I'm going to share a screen and tell you about the Star Card podcast. Here we go. So as of right now, there is no content on that channel, StarCard, but StarCard is going to cover all the topics related to the age of Aquarius, and also we're going to discuss education, and also we're going to discuss workplace ethics. It'll be a more formal presentation. There will be interviews over there, but we haven't gotten started yet, right? We just got started a couple of days ago setting up these channels. So thank you very much for remembering StarCard. Of course, I'll be announcing right here when I have content over there and vice versa. All right. Next. So I did one podcast so far where I threw some tarot cards and seemed like the cards were a lot about me, which is appropriate and okay. I mean, come on, it was the first throw for the channel. So, but there were some synchronicities I want to share with you. And the reason why I would share these with you is because when we see these synchronicities around us, it's the spirit world trying to communicate to us. And they're trying to help send us, messages that are going to help guide us, right? So I want to share a screen and show you the first card I tossed, which was the Five of Wands. And that if that's the first card I tossed, well, it was appropriate because one of the things I plan to do, especially on the Star Card channel, is fight against suppressed knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge that could benefit humanity, and we don't know about it because the venues where we get our information, either they don't know about it or they're told not to talk about it. But that's not the case over here. We still have a little bit of free speech. We need to capitalize on it, and that's why I'm here to dispel all the things that are suppressing the knowledge that we need to know about. That includes life off planet. Nevertheless, let's go back to the Five of Wands. Great card for this channel and my companion channel, StarCard, to lead off with. Here's what I had to say about it at the time. Let's share a screen and watch. Okay, that's the screen I'm going to share second. Let me try again. Here we go. I'm excited. First up, okay, it's the Five of Wands. It represents a lot of conflict. It represents sticking up for your position. All right. Before we explore that concept, let's take a look at card number two. How do we get to this position? This auspicious start. Well, what a nice throw. It's because of the Fool. All right. So let me unshare that screen. I use the word auspicious. Auspicious portends good things, right? A great start. You're off to a good start, beginner's luck, perhaps. Maybe I was using it a little bit of tongue in cheek with Five of Wands. But again, if I do my job right, there's going to be conflict. I am going to be breaking down barriers with you together. I'll be sharing information because I invite people to make up their own minds. And I also invite people to pay attention to whatever they're paying attention to. So let's not forget that I used the word auspicious there, right? And then speaking of auspicious, let's share what happened at the end of the meeting. So this is kind of like the highlight of the whole throw from the last video, because a card popped out, right? And it was, well, if you haven't seen it yet, let's let you take a look. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, I'd like to close with one last card. So we'll just see if the tarot deck. Okay. I don't know. I said one last card and this card popped out. Well, what a coincidence. Well, I'm so glad everyone was here to witness what happened. It's the star card. That's what we. Yeah, and there you go. So what a coincidence, huh? Maybe it's not a coincidence. So I want to make sure I shared that with you. Um, and then let's talk a little bit about the actual reading that I had, because it kind of all ties together with what my plans ought to be for this podcast. I already talked about the Five of Wands. I used the word auspicious. And then I made some notes to myself because I studied it more carefully since I recorded the other day. So, Five of Wands suggests navigating through discord. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to throw light on suppressed knowledge. I'm here for this battle. I'm here for the war on consciousness to boot. Okay, and I'm sure I'll be talking more about that. And then the second card was the Fool, and the Fool represents new beginnings. You can't get any more new beginning than the Fool. It's the very beginning of the deck. So I, don't need to belabor the point there. And it's hard for me to have any more of a new beginning than this, by the way, because this is a change in life path for me. So, and I'm recording it. I'm putting it on the internet. That doesn't sound like me at all. I tend to be kind of a private person. But let's get this stuff out of the way and go on with the tarot lesson soon, right? And then the Two of Swords, that was an interesting card to get. And it suggested there was going to be some kind of a union involved, but it also suggests a crossroads. Again, that's where I'm at anyway. And if you're there also, I hope you pick the right path, and I hope I throw some light in the right direction for you so you know which path to go on. If anything I have to say helps. But Two of Swords, it says clarity is sought, but not easily found. That ought to be the motto for this channel. Clarity is sought, but not easily found. I'm glad you found me. I'm going to clear things up as best as I can. Okay, and then I would say, oh yeah, I've got some more information here. Let me check my notes, please. Oh yeah, all right. So later that day, for various reasons, I ended up driving into this parking lot, and there was a car with a license plate, and on the license plate it had the word star on it, and also had the number 51. And it's very rare to see a license plate with that word on it. And I happened to see it on the day that I launched my two channels, Tarot with Breakaway Ray and STARCARD. And it was right after that little miracle where the STARCARD popped out at the bottom of the deck, right? So I needed to find out what that number meant. I needed to find out what 51 meant. So I used my phone, because you can do that nowadays, right? You couldn't do this in the 1980s, but you could do it now. So why not give it a try? Let's just see, what 51 meant. Let's go to another screen I got set up here. Hang on. All right. So it says here, angel number 51 is a message that it is time to put your priorities in order and get to work serving your soul mission and life purpose. That comment seems pointedly directed at me. Okay, to continue, our thoughts bring about our life circumstances and we create our own realities. Positive thoughts and actions bring about positive energy. So have faith in your own intuition and trust that the changes you make in your life will be positive and auspicious for you. There's that word auspicious again. So when I see a little coincidence like that, where I happen to say the word auspicious when I'm debuting two channels, and then I get a message from the spirit world to look up number 51 and talk about these positive, auspicious changes, these new beginnings, well, again, I feel encouraged. And like it's not all just in my head, but I'm in a fortunate situation where I can just have fun. And that's what I plan on doing here. Pursuing my interests and teaching about the stuff that I know. If you found this channel, I hope I give you something to think about for the rest of your day. And anyway, let's stop sharing that screen and let's head over to the tarot. Wait, hang on, not to the tarot camera yet. Wait, I got some more notes here. Let me check. Yeah. So I think I am ready to start tarot. I wrote some good notes, but I don't need to say everything that I write. So, but I am going to read this part again because I like it. I need to practice this speech. Yeah. Welcome to Tarot with Breakaway Ray. My name is Breakaway Ray, and I like talking about the breakaway civilizations and breaking away from the one we're in now. One way to do that is with the tarot deck. Tarot cards open windows to the spiritual world that are deliberately concealed from us. The tarot deck reveals spiritual wisdom in all the moments of our lives. The universe loves you and wants to support you. Your spirit guides want to send you helpful messages. When you send your request in, I will be shuffling the cards. From my point of view, I'm randomizing them, but really the universe is putting them all in order for us. I will place 3 cards. The first card represents where you are or what the situation is. The second card represents what influences the position of the first card. And the third and final card notes where it's all going to end up. And like last time, I'm going to throw three again, and then throw 1 for good luck. All right, let's switch over to the tarot cam. So I'm going to use the same deck from last time, which is this one, Classic Tarot. Let's get these guys out here now. Yeah, there's our friend the Fool. Okay, and then here is the book that goes with this. Oh, here's the book that goes with it. And I'm going to be reading from that. I'm also going to be reading from the Craft Cards Tarot Deck book. Okay, remember, tarot has been around for hundreds of years. I'm just finally hearing about it. Turns out it's not that hard, and anyone can do it. Of course, like with anything, you just need to like apply yourself and dedicate some time to it. But in case you can't do it, like I say, I'm fortunate. I got some time. Let's have some fun. Let's see if I can throw some cards for you. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to shuffle the cards. I haven't thrown any tarot for myself this morning yet. So, you know, I don't want this throw just to be about me. But you know what we can do? We can say, how are we doing on the podcast so far? Right? Tarot with Breakaway Ray. I know that I got a couple of views there for the first one. Maybe I'll get some more for this one. You know, if the message spreads because someone needs to hear it. So let's just do it for the group of us, whether you're listening in the future, well, and I guess that would be the only kind of people there are because this is not a live stream. There's no one in the chat yet. Let's just throw some cards and see how you, the audience, and myself, how we're all doing together. Okay, well, here we are on Tarot with Breakaway Ray. Is there anything we need to see? Anything we need to hear? Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear. All right, let's see what we got. Pick 3 cards. We did this last time, didn't we? 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what's going on. And I got this right, so here we go. Oh, it's her again. It's the Crossroads lady. It's 2 of Swords. All right. I'm giggling, of course, because we just saw her the last time we threw together. All right, Crossroads people. What's influencing this position? Why is she showing up again? I wonder. Oh, well, okay, I totally accept that. The Hierophant, the educated person, the person who is socially accepted, by the way, you know, has social acceptance. And then where is this path going to take us? Yay. Very nice throw, breakaway Ray. It's the Ace of Pentacles. So let's take a one step at a time here. Just quick cursory look. We're at the crossroads. We don't have all the information. That's why we're blindfolded. How did we get to this position, or what's influencing this position that we're in, this crossroads, this path, that we're heading down? We're not sure where it's going, probably. Well, it's the established knowledge around us. That's what we're tangoing with here on this channel and on STARCARD. So I I think that's a pretty nice tie in there. And then the Ace of Pentacles, well, that represents the very pinnacle of pentacles, which is the currency of your desire. It marks a new beginning. I don't even feel like I need to read the book, but I'm going to go ahead and read the book now too. I like what we came up with, ladies and gentlemen. Tuning in. Let's check out Two of Swords. Hmm. You are either being torn between choices in love or career, or you're being caught in the middle of a conflict. You must make a choice, but the decision is difficult, and you are weighing your options. Analyze the situation, dig deeper to understand the issue clearly. That sounds like a good mission for a podcast, to dig deeper to understand the issue clearly. I like that. Okay. And then we're going to go to the Hierophant, see what we can learn from him. Traditional values, an established set of spiritual wisdom and guidance affect your current life. We just said that this card affects our current life. And that's exactly what it says in the book I'm reading out of right now. I'm going to read that again because it was so awesome. Traditional values, an established set of spiritual wisdom and guidance affect your current life. I think I can just stop right there. And then let's find out where this is going to take us, down to the Ace of Pentacles. Love it. The time is coming for you to manifest your goals, achieve your dreams, and realize your potential. Financial new beginnings, career or business opportunities, investments, savings, prosperity, and manifestation are coming your way. All right. That's an extremely encouraging, positive message for all of us this morning. Sounds good to me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's throw three more. And you know what? A little earlier on in our podcast, we talked about something called the war on consciousness. And I would like to see if the tarot cards have anything to say about the war on consciousness. Obviously, we're asking from our perspective here on Tarot with Breakaway Ray and STARCARD. So, well, tarot cards, we're curious about the war on consciousness. Is there anything you can show us or teach us about the war on consciousness? This ought to be a good one. This is all about what we're thinking about. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear about the war on consciousness. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear about the war on consciousness. 1, 2. My eyes are closed for almost all of this process, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. 3. All right. Let's see what happens. I'm trying to get that angle for you. There we go. Well, it's the King of Cups. That's a very positive card in my estimation. Let's see what's influencing the position of the King of Cups. Judgment. Is that judgment? Let's double check. It is judgment. All right. Yeah, I know about that card. And then over here, what path does this lead us all down? Get out of here. Hey, everybody, you saw that I shuffled the cards. There's the Ace of Pentacles again. Okay. Um, that's twice in the same position, isn't it? I have to go back and check the video. So here's what I think is going on. So we're in this position of King of Cups. Um, Basically it says like we're the producers here. We're creating the show. And then one of the things that's happening is we're trading an old vibration for a new vibration. We're trading an old life for a new life. Perhaps we're exchanging old data for new or correct data. We're getting an upgrade. We're uh, getting a digital patch. All right, I'm kind of getting carried away with my connotations here. But I like this Ace of Pentacles. Let's check and see what it says on the card. Okay, King of Cups, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, and empathic. Um, that's a great description for what our channel is all about, right? Good deal. Judgment, uh, rebirth, inner calling. Oh, okay. That changes it a little bit. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. So, when you look at these two cards together, there's a slightly different story, but that doesn't mean the first one I told is invalid. Okay. So, as the King of Cups, we're balanced, we have compassion, but we're also diplomatic and we show control and we're a supportive leader and we're tolerant and we're empathic. That means we're tolerant towards people who have different ideas. And right. And then we have a rebirth going on here. We're following an inner calling, and it's a new phase for us. That's what this channel's all about. And I like the part where we show forgiveness. And then, hey, Ace of Pentacles, you're my new buddy. Let's check you out. Okay. It says here, abundance, manifestation, opportunity, new career or financial opportunity, new venture or prosperity. Yeah. I don't want to mislead anyone. I mean, I'm wishing everyone wealth and abundance. Why shouldn't I? We're all entitled to wealth and abundance, just for being on Earth. It reminds me of something I heard David Icke once ask. I guess he was paraphrasing somebody who said, you have to pay for the planet. Wait, how did it go? You have to pay for energy on a planet you were born on. We're all entitled to a rich and abundant life. And if you're not having a rich and abundant life, I encourage you to tune in just to get a positive message, because when we have like a little positivity in our heart and a little lift and a little dance in our step, that helps us go down the right path towards joy and abundance and fulfillment. So, I'm sharing this Ace of Pentacles with everybody here. Okay, that was pretty good. I really dig that throw. And I like to do one to go. I'm being very careful with the deck so that things don't just pop out, right? Let's give it a little shuffle. That last throw is all about the warm consciousness. Well, with the Ace of Pentacles, I think it's telling us that that's part of what this channel is going to be exploring. We've chosen the right path. All right. So we're going to ask the deck, is there anything we should know or anything we should see before we close up the video today? Is there anything else? Any other messages for us? Want to share anything else with us before we turn off this video? Kind of had a fun time. Cards. All right. Ace of Pentacles. All right. No, I heard you. Okay. Ho, ho, ho. All right. So we got the Chariot. Yeah. I like that. It suggests motion, and you see that it's pulled by two animals. In this case, I think there's sphinxes there. Could be lions. And of course, the person sitting up there is in charge of where the chariot is going. So it's in motion and it'll go in the right direction, but you got to pay attention to where you're guiding the lions or the sphinxes, whatever is generating your motion. Pay attention to yeah, you get the idea. Thank you very much, tarot cards. That was a fun throw. Let's switch cameras and say good morning to everyone. So thanks again for joining Breakaway Ray. This is Tarot with Breakaway Ray, companion channel of STARCARD. I'm hoping everyone has a great day. Thanks for joining me. All right.